Hello everyone, my name is Dr. Marcus Bennett, and I've spent over 25 years working with seniors across the United States, helping them live healthier and safer lives. Today, I want to talk to you about something many of you might not realize. Those herbal teas you enjoy daily could be quietly harming your health after 60. You might think, it's just tea. It's natural, how bad can it be? Well, I'm here to share some eye-opening facts that the tea industry doesn't want you to know. This information could protect your health, so please listen closely. Before we dive in, I'd love to know, where are you watching from today? Drop your city or state in the comments below. I always love seeing how far our community is reaching. Alright, let's talk about the first tea that's quietly causing problems for many seniors across America: hibiscus tea. Now, hibiscus tea looks harmless. It's bright red, tastes a little tart, and you might have heard it's good for your heart or blood pressure. That's true, but here's the catch. If you're already taking medication for high blood pressure, hibiscus can actually push your blood pressure too low. You see, hibiscus contains natural compounds called anthocyanins and flavonoids. These are powerful antioxidants that can relax your blood vessels and lower your blood pressure by as much as 10 to 15 points. Normally, that sounds great. But if your doctor already gave you medicine to lower your blood pressure, like lisinopril or amlodipine, then adding hibiscus tea is like doubling your dose. Your blood pressure might drop so much that you start feeling dizzy, weak, or worse, you could faint. Let me tell you about Evelyn, a 67-year-old from Oregon. She was managing her blood pressure well with medicine, but started drinking 2 cups of hibiscus tea every morning because she thought it was a natural way to stay healthy. At first, her readings looked better than before. But after a few weeks, she suddenly fainted during her book club meeting. It turns out the hibiscus tea had lowered her potassium levels dangerously and made her medication work too strongly. She was rushed to the emergency room just in time. Here's what you need to know if you love hibiscus tea and are on blood pressure meds. Stop drinking it without talking to your doctor. If your doctor says it's okay, make sure to monitor your blood pressure twice a day. Also, never drink hibiscus tea within 4 hours of taking your medication because timing really matters. Hibiscus tea isn't bad on its own, but mixing it with blood pressure medicine can be risky. So please be careful and talk to your healthcare provider before making it part of your routine. Your health depends on it. Alright, now let's talk about the second tea that many seniors trust but could be quietly putting their lives at risk: chamomile tea. You've probably heard chamomile is gentle and safe, a perfect way to relax and help you sleep after a long day. But if you're taking blood thinners like warfarin, licorice, or even daily aspirin, chamomile can cause serious problems. Here's why. Chamomile contains natural compounds called coumarins and flavonoids that can act like blood thinners. That means if you're already on medication that thins your blood to prevent clots, adding chamomile tea is like doubling down on that effect. This can lead to your blood becoming too thin, making you vulnerable to dangerous internal bleeding, even without any injury. Take Margaret's story, for example. She was 75, on warfarin to manage atrial fibrillation, and she started drinking 3 cups of chamomile tea every night to help with her insomnia. At first, everything seemed fine, but after 6 weeks, she noticed bruises on her arms that she couldn't explain and started feeling unusually tired. Then, she began vomiting dark material, which is a serious sign of bleeding in the stomach. She was rushed to the hospital, where doctors told her the chamomile tea was amplifying her blood thinner medication and causing life-threatening internal bleeding. If you're taking any blood thinners, it's really important to stop drinking chamomile tea immediately. Instead, you might want to try other natural sleep aids like passionflower or lemon balm. Just make sure you check with your doctor first. Remember, just because something is natural doesn't mean it's always safe, especially when combined with medication. So, if chamomile tea is part of your nightly routine and you're on blood thinners, please talk to your healthcare provider today. Your life could literally depend on it. Let's dive into the third tea that's causing hidden trouble in many senior households: licorice root tea. This tea tastes sweet and soothing, almost like candy, so it's easy to see why people love it. It's often recommended for digestion or respiratory issues, and some seniors drink it daily without a second thought. But what most don't realize is that licorice root contains a powerful compound called glycyrrhizin that can wreak havoc on your heart and blood pressure. Here's the deal. Glycyrrhizin tricks your body into holding on to sodium while pushing out potassium. This imbalance can cause your blood pressure to spike dangerously high. sometimes by as much as 15 to 20 points. For many seniors, especially those already dealing with hypertension, this isn't just uncomfortable, it's life-threatening. Robert, a 72-year-old from Texas, found this out the hard way. He had slightly elevated blood pressure, but managed it with diet and exercise. Then he started drinking licorice root tea twice a day, thinking it would help his digestion. Within 3 weeks, his blood pressure skyrocketed to 190/110, and he began experiencing heart palpitations and chest tightness. His wife rushed him to the emergency room, where doctors discovered he had dangerously low potassium levels caused by the tea. If you have heart conditions or take blood pressure medications, licorice root tea can be a ticking time bomb in your kitchen. It's often hidden in digestive or respiratory herbal blends, so check the labels carefully. If you're on medications like diuretics, ACE inhibitors, or beta blockers, avoid licorice root completely. Remember that sweet flavor can be deceiving, but the risks are very real. Talk to your doctor or pharmacist before drinking any tea containing licorice root. Your heart and health depend on it. Now, let's talk about peppermint tea, the fourth tea many seniors enjoy but may not realize could be making certain health problems worse. Peppermint tea is popular for soothing digestion, easing stomach discomfort, and just tasting refreshing. But if you're over 60 and dealing with acid reflux or GERD, peppermint tea might be quietly sabotaging your health. Here's why. Peppermint contains menthol, which relaxes the muscles in your esophagus, especially the lower esophageal sphincter, the little gate that keeps stomach acid from rising up into your throat. When this gate relaxes too much, stomach acid can flood back into your esophagus, causing painful burning sensations, worsen heartburn, and even damage to the lining of your throat. Helen, 68 from Florida, had mild acid reflux controlled with medication. She started drinking 2 cups of peppermint tea after meals because her daughter suggested it was a natural digestive aid. At first, it seemed to help, but within 2 weeks, her reflux became unbearable, keeping her awake at night. On top of that, Helen was taking daily aspirin for heart protection. Peppermint's effects combined with aspirin increased the risk of bleeding in her esophagus, a dangerous condition that required urgent medical care. If you suffer from heartburn, GERD, or take blood thinners like aspirin, you should avoid peppermint tea. Instead, ginger tea might be a safer choice, but always check with your doctor before making any changes. And if you notice your reflux worsening after drinking peppermint tea, stop immediately and talk to your healthcare provider. Peppermint tea may be refreshing, but if your digestive system is sensitive or you're on blood thinners, it could be quietly causing serious harm. Be cautious and protect your health. Let's move on to the 5th tea that often gets overlooked but can pose serious risks, dandelion tea. It's widely advertised as a natural way to detoxify your body, boost energy, and reduce bloating. Many seniors drink it thinking it's a gentle health booster. But for those on heart medications, especially diuretics, dandelion tea can be a hidden danger that may land you in the hospital. Here's the truth. Dandelion is a powerful natural diuretic. That means it makes your kidneys push out extra water and essential minerals, especially potassium. If you're already taking prescription water pills to control blood pressure or heart problems, combining these with dandelion tea can cause your body to lose too much fluid and minerals. This can quickly lead to dehydration, muscle cramps, overwhelming fatigue, and dizziness. Frank, a 70-year-old from Ohio, started drinking dandelion tea every morning to help with kidney cleansing and reduce bloating. He was also on a diuretic medication for blood pressure. Within just 2 weeks, Frank began experiencing severe muscle cramps and dizzy spells so bad he had to hold onto furniture to stay upright. One day, his wife found him unconscious on the bathroom floor. At the emergency room, doctors discovered life-threatening dehydration and dangerously low potassium levels caused by the combined effects of his medication and dandelion tea. If you take water pills or other heart medications, be very cautious about drinking dandelion tea. It's best to avoid it altogether unless your doctor says otherwise and monitors your health closely. Instead, focus on safe hydration with water and other herbal teas that don't act as diuretics. Your body needs balance. Losing too much fluid and minerals can be just as dangerous as having too much. So don't let a natural tea quietly drain your health. Always check with your healthcare provider before adding dandelion tea to your routine. Now, let's talk about a tea that many seniors enjoy but often forget to consider its caffeine content and how it might affect their medications: green tea. Green tea is known for its antioxidants and health benefits. But if you're over 60 and taking certain medications, it's important to understand how green tea might interact with your body and your medicines. Green tea contains caffeine, although less than coffee, but enough to potentially cause problems if you drink several cups a day. Caffeine can raise your heart rate and blood pressure, which could counteract blood pressure medications. If you have heart conditions or take blood pressure drugs, drinking too much green tea may make it harder to control your numbers. Additionally, green tea contains compounds called catechins, which are powerful antioxidants. These can interact with blood-thinning medications like warfarin by affecting how your body processes the drug. While the research isn't as strong as with chamomile, there is some evidence that high amounts of green tea could reduce the effectiveness of blood thinners or change how your liver breaks down other medications. Another concern is that green tea can reduce the absorption of certain drugs, like some beta blockers or calcium channel blockers, if taken too closely together. Timing matters a lot. Drinking green tea right before or after your medication could affect how much medicine actually gets into your bloodstream. So what should you do? First, limit your green tea intake to no more than 2 cups a day unless your doctor says otherwise. Second, try to drink green tea at least 2 hours before or after taking your medications. And third, always let your healthcare provider know if you're drinking green tea regularly, especially if you're on blood pressure meds or blood thinners. Green tea can be a healthy choice, but like any herbal drink, it's important to be mindful about how it fits with your medications and health conditions. When in doubt, talk to your doctor or pharmacist to make sure your tea habit is helping, not hurting you. Let's discuss another common herbal tea that many seniors enjoy: ginger tea. Known for its spicy, warming flavor, ginger tea is often used to soothe nausea, aid digestion, and reduce inflammation. While it's generally considered safe, there are a few important things to keep in mind if you're over 60 and taking medications. Ginger contains natural compounds called gingerols and shogales that can thin the blood slightly. For most people, this mild effect isn't a problem, but if you're already on blood-thinning medications like warfarin, licorice, or aspirin, drinking large amounts of ginger tea might increase your risk of bleeding. This is especially important if you consume several cups a day or use concentrated ginger supplements along with the tea. Another thing to consider is that ginger can lower blood sugar levels. If you have diabetes and take medication to control your blood sugar, adding a lot of ginger tea could cause your blood sugar to dip too low, leading to dizziness, weakness, or confusion. It's important to monitor your blood sugar closely if you enjoy ginger tea regularly. On the positive side, ginger tea doesn't contain caffeine, so it won't affect your sleep or heart rhythm like some other teas might. It can be a good alternative to peppermint tea if you have acid reflux, as ginger may actually help reduce stomach irritation rather than worsen it. If you want to enjoy ginger tea safely, limit yourself to 1 or 2 cups a day and avoid drinking it close to the time you take blood thinners or blood sugar medications. Always let your doctor know about your ginger tea habit so they can help monitor for any possible interactions. In summary, ginger tea can be a soothing and helpful drink for many seniors. But like all herbal teas, it's best to enjoy it mindfully and with your healthcare provider's guidance, especially if you're on medications that affect your blood or blood sugar. Let's talk about rooibos tea, one of the safest and most beneficial herbal teas for seniors. Rooibos, also known as red bush tea, is naturally caffeine-free and packed with antioxidants, making it a great choice if you want to enjoy tea without worrying about medication interactions. Unlike some of the other teas we've talked about, rooibos doesn't have any known harmful effects when combined with common medications. It doesn't interfere with blood pressure drugs, blood thinners, or diuretics, which makes it especially safe for seniors managing multiple health conditions. Rooibos has been studied for its anti-inflammatory properties and potential to support heart health and overall well-being. Many seniors find its naturally sweet, smooth taste enjoyable without the bitterness or caffeine jitters that other teas can cause. Because rooibos is gentle on the stomach, it can be a good daily drink to stay hydrated and calm, especially for those who may struggle with dehydration, a common issue in older adults. Proper hydration supports kidney function, digestion, and even helps maintain energy levels. If you're looking to replace some of the riskier teas in your cabinet, rooibos is an excellent alternative. You can enjoy 2 or 3 cups a day safely, and it pairs well with meals or as a relaxing drink before bed. Of course, while rooibos is very safe, it's always wise to let your healthcare provider know about any new herbal teas you start drinking regularly. That way, they can help you keep track of your overall health and medications. In short, rooibos tea is a delicious, safe, and healthy choice for seniors who want to enjoy their tea time without worrying about dangerous interactions. Consider making it part of your daily routine. It might just become your new favorite. Let's talk about white tea, another great option for seniors who want the benefits of tea without the risks. White tea comes from the same plant as green and black tea, but is the least processed, which means it retains a lot of antioxidants and has a very mild flavor. It also contains less caffeine than green or black tea, making it gentler on your heart and sleep patterns. Because white tea is low in caffeine, it's less likely to cause problems with medications for blood pressure or heart rhythm. This makes it a safer choice if you're sensitive to caffeine or if your doctor has advised you to limit caffeine intake. However, if you are very sensitive or have certain health conditions, it's still a good idea to keep your total caffeine consumption in mind. White tea also has compounds called polyphenol, which may help support your immune system and reduce inflammation. These antioxidants can be a helpful part of staying healthy as you age. Even though white tea is generally safe, it can still affect how some medications work if consumed in very large amounts. For example, it might interfere with the absorption of certain drugs if you drink it right before or after taking your medicine. So, just like with other teas, it's best to wait at least 2 hours between your medication and your tea to avoid any possible interaction. Drinking 1 to 2 cups of white tea a day can be a wonderful, safe habit. It's a good way to enjoy tea's benefits without the stronger effects of caffeine or the risks associated with some herbal teas. Remember to let your healthcare provider know about your tea drinking habits so they can help you stay safe and healthy. White tea could be a great addition to your daily routine, giving you a gentle boost without causing any problems. Finally, let's wrap things up with some powerful take-home messages that can help you enjoy your tea safely and protect your health as you age. First, remember this. Natural doesn't always mean safe. Just because something is herbal or comes from plants doesn't mean it can't cause problems, especially when mixed with medications you take for your heart, blood pressure, or blood thinning. Second, be proactive. Take time to check what teas are in your kitchen, especially those hibiscus, chamomile, licorice root, peppermint, and dandelion teas we talked about. If you're on medications, think twice before drinking them without discussing it with your doctor. Third, choose safer options like rooibos, white tea, or ginger tea, which usually don't interfere with medications and can still be a comforting part of your daily routine. Fourth, always follow the 2-hour rule. Keep a tea and medication diary, and communicate openly with your healthcare providers about your tea habits and any symptoms you notice. Finally, your health is your most valuable asset. Enjoying tea can be part of a healthy lifestyle. Just do it wisely and with the right knowledge. Thank you for watching and taking this important step toward protecting yourself. If you learned something valuable today, share it with friends and family. The more people know, the safer we all can be. Take care, and remember, staying informed is the best way to stay healthy.